Johnson finds peace on the lake.
This is as good as any that I can come and rest and just be able to relax.
Preston Rogers wants to make the cut. His future depends on it.
I don't want to continue to hurt people for the rest of my life.
Fire and ambulance, what's the address, your emergency?
In the shadow of the sun and moon,
Fire and ambulance. Medics 31.
it's happening at all hours of the day, more often where you and your family shop, eat, and park.
I got a gentleman walking around my parking lot here that I suspect is probably overdosing on heroin. He's got tracks on his arm. He had his belt wrapped around it.
The pieces are coming together, one at a time. Here, a band of brothers in faith begin the day sharing personal problems and words of praise.
We know that we need help. So let's look at this one for some help today. Proverbs 3, 5, and 6.
For it is in dying that we are born to eternal life. Amen.
Then they break.
All right, so here we are, ready to start again today.
Lifetime resident Diana Biddle isn't surprised.
It's very rural. We are a very self-reliant community.
Brown County also has the highest percentage of women with gun permits in the state. In a crowd of 10 ladies, 3 of them have a conceal and carry license.
A concealed weapon. This is called a belly band.
Biddle's the chairwoman for the Brown County chapter of the Well-Armed Woman, a group dedicated to educating and training women on how to use their guns.
Women are empowered for the first time in a very long time to take care of themselves and to be responsible for their own safety.
The Well-Armed Woman has hundreds of chapters all across the country, including 8 in Indiana. In fact, their brochure shows concealed carry purses and even holsters for your bra.
The bra holster is called a flashbang, and the name is because you flash, you pull the gun out, bang.
I've been out of prison since 2003.
Yeah, I read that.
Well, this is bull.
I read that.
I ain't been on parole since 2005.
Now, you're from Minnesota, is that what it was?
None of your business.
Actually, I could look it up. So
Look it up, yes, it's on record, yeah. You know, that's bull.
Despite all of that, Earl Ray Perry has been in compliance since being released from prison. Every month, Marion County Sheriff's deputies visit people classified as a sexually violent predator.
And this isn't your average John Doe that had a relationship with a teenager in high school and parents didn't like it, and turns out that now he's a sex offender. These are offenders that, you know, molested children.
Corporal Brad Allen took us along for his compliance checks.
256, 252.
Among the priorities, that an offender's home address is correct. Sean Lee Brown was in the right place, but was in the wrong, he says, for failing a drug test.
The greatest event in backyard racing.
This year, 5 remote control vehicles in the backyard field.
This is very stressful. This is immensely. I take my mind off. Crash! Not just kidding. Oh!
Their drivers perched above the track.
Very, very greasy out there, so you got to be very careful and watch your speed and try to keep it under control. Keep it going in a circle.
Spotters clear the occasional wreck.
Jen Hiddle never noticed anything unusual about her son Brenton.
He just was so easy, so happy all the time.
Jen's husband dropped Brenton off at the babysitter. That's where he took his last breath.
The doctor called us back to the room, and I already knew, you know, from my experience, I knew what that meant. So we went back there, and he said we tried to bring him back for an hour, and we couldn't. He's gone.
Jen also had to deal with the investigation into Brenton's death.
Hello. Welcome to Indianapolis.
He's friendly.
Hello. Hi. Hey, go Cole.
Outgoing.
How's it going?
And approachable.
Hi.
And he happens to be a robot. Meet Double Robot, an interactive machine the airport has rolled out, literally, meant to extend the reach of the customer service desk throughout the airport. He cruises along, seeking out travelers to help. With an interactive iPad attached, you can talk to and receive answers from a customer service employee operating the robot from a remote location.
Desiree Wellborn says when she met Aaron Ketron, they were in a blissful new relationship. She would even snap a few nude pictures and hit send to spice up his day.
We talk all night on the phone. I thought he was going to be this big new thing in my life. No. Did not work out like that.
When their relationship went south, she says he posted those nude pictures on social media. A private moment of indiscretion was now public, shared between their 200 mutual friends.
I just was so shocked. I felt awful. I felt horrible. I laid on the couch for 2 weeks, didn't do nothing, didn't want to eat.
And she didn't want to be among the thousands of people victimized by revenge porn, where that very personal, private picture you took for your significant other ends up online when the relationship breaks apart.
It all happens like clockwork. 1 minute, a takeoff. The next, a landing.
A world-class city deserves a world-class entrance.
Mario Rodriguez's arrival in Indianapolis is loaded with plans not to depart from the priorities, including keeping the airport on budget, expanding services, and delivering top customer service.
Do you walk through the terminal and ask people how things going just to get a real life?
All the time. And I walk around, I help people all the time to figure out what their experience is. It's very important. If we're designing an experience for them, it's very important for us to see it through their eyes.
But Hildebrand had one more surprise for JD. His wish, a modest one.
It was so cool to be able to be a part of the reveal. We revealed his wish was to restore his car.
This 74 Pontiac Grandville got quite the makeover.
I was just pure excitement. I was so shocked. I never imagined the car being able to look like this.
He and 4 other Franklin Community High School students went out to the Big Blue River Friday. It was the first week of summer break before senior year. Officers say one of the teens was swept over the dam. Moran and 3 others acted immediately to help. But the swollen river created raging water below the dam that would prove too strong.
The truck stopped just short of hitting the house, leaving only minor injuries to the truck's driver. But Laura Miranda got a kitchen makeover. Glass now covers much of this room, and a large tree trunk rests in the spot where only moments before she sat working on her computer.
This house at Mooresville is where Chris and Jennifer Nugent wanted to retire. After buying it in May 2013, the former Marine and his wife remodeled and repainted it.
We had the whole house actually fully inspected by an inspection company, and there was no termite, no mold, there was nothing.
Despite that, their kids were often sick months later. There were doctor's visits for coughing, diarrhea, and vomiting. Their dog suddenly died of cancer, and the parents were overcome with unexplainable fatigue.
We were extremely short of breath.
It's very scary on the side of the road because cars don't slow down. You figure they're running 65, 70 mile an hour.
We saw the danger firsthand with Master Trooper Shanna Kennedy.
I've had him so close and go by me so fast that literally this car will rock.
Go against the wall for me. Traffic's getting awfully close to us.
While police were making an arrest on I-65,
put your hands behind your back.
For an outstanding warrant, cars continued to fly by us.
Really? Get over. Major moving violation. Unbelievable.
We also saw drivers trying to come to a complete stop on the interstate.
See, look, they're stopping. Look at that. People will literally stop in the lane of travel, which is just going to cause a crash behind them.
This is an exploding target. You can buy it in just about any sporting goods store. It's used by rifle shooters to make sure they've hit their mark from long range. That's the proper way to use it, but we found it's often being misused in neighborhoods.
But his fleece jacket's drawstring found its way into his holster.
When pulling up on that jacket, this thing comes up, basically, and it hits that safety and fired.
Based on the store security video, an internal police report concluded that his jacket's drawstring caused the weapon to fire. The Glock Company website claims 65% of the country's law enforcement uses one of their guns. That includes the FBI. Agents carry Glock 23s. Around the country, other police departments out west, Arizona, California, in the Midwest, Missouri, and out east in Maryland, they're armed with Glock 22s.
We're ready to go. 225.
Where does she stay at, do you know?
3021 East 47th Street, apartment B.
It's those windows right there. Yeah, right out front.
Tom, come on in. Hi, ma'am. Do you know who we're looking for? They just think I don't have to go to court. They're not going to come get me. We got his picture. Okay, guys, gather up for a minute.
Vigilance at all hours of the day.
7 days a week, we got reserves out here to supplement. Never ending.
Their victories are usually dependent.
So she knows we're looking for her, right?
On who they find behind closed doors, hiding from the law.
We will force entry if we have to.
The clerk's office is a very, very happy place. Look at the long line of people waiting to get married.
I do declare that you are husbands together. Those who I have joined together, let no one in the world ever separate. You may kiss.
35-year-old Craig Bowen and 30-year-old Jake Miller sealed their union with a kiss. They've been together for 8 years. When they caught wind of the court ruling, the decision to get married immediately was all that mattered.
It just felt right. We had been talking about it for months or years, and now that we can actually do it in our home state, we wanted to not waste any time.
A year ago at this time, Triton Central's kicker went down with an injury, and head coach Tim Abel knew he had to do something, so he went to the soccer team to try to find a replacement. And that soccer player has turned into a gem for Triton Central. Since joining the team midseason last year, number 14 has never missed a point after attempt. And just a week ago, the kicker booted a game-winning 23-yard field goal. So far, it's the highlight of this kicker's career.
I never expected in my life to get a game winner like that under the Friday Night Lights or anything like that.
Yeah, that's right. The kicker is a female, senior Samantha Dewey, soccer star and now football star.
I think that it's been awesome being able to be part of this guy's team, and luckily they picked me, a girl, to be a part of it.
One other change involves where he's racing. Kanan's now driving the tin car. Vacated by Dario Franchitti's retirement. All a part of Target Chip Ganassi, where, along with Scott Dixon, they've won 5 of the last 6 series championships.
The pressure is big now. You know, it's like I'm in the car that won 5 of those. Now it's like, well, now you're going to win every race. You're going to lead every lap, which is not the case.
It's almost like, okay, be careful what you wish for.
But Dave, honestly, not really, because I am where I always wish to be.
Right.
In a good team, with a good car, with a very, very tough teammate that is going to make me wake up in the morning and think, man, this guy's going to beat me if I don't. And that's the way, that's racing, you know, that's it. That's how I want to race.
Tony Kanaan is always racing. His off days are usually spent on this track, karting in Homestead, Florida, where he takes on all challengers.
One thing I'm 100% sure, right? I can do your job a lot better than you can do mine. You listen to this.
Carlos is an active triathlete, and Miami gives him plenty of places to train on the land and in the water.
Always nice. Where all the year it allowed me to train, you know, to go outside and train. You know, it's not nice to be all the time in the gym, like running in the gym. So here I can run outside. I can do biking. I can swim in the ocean. You know, if I see it's like a swimming pool.